Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel, and today we'll be learning how to create the 3D traps in this our temple. So we want to be able to make our 3D traps. We have been able to create a trap in our level design. So if you actually go in here, let's try to get it. We can switch to this and be able to select it, and you can be able to bring this in. So what we want to do right now is that we want to be able to create one of this and then have to be able to replicate it, wherever we want. So we want this things to be, going this way around the whole temple. So we're going to have something coming up here and other ones coming up to another side. So we have to actually do something here. So let's go ahead to do this. So first, the thing you want to do is I've been able to create a holder. There's a node 3D that will hold the trap. So this is the trap itself. It's actually still a mesh, and then we'll have some animations on it. So I'll just go ahead to delete this animation players on it so that we can be able to do exactly what we want. So this is a big trap. So the first thing I want to do is that this is a mesh, so it cannot collide with the player itself. I want to bring this out so you'll be seeing it. So I want to be able to bring it in a bit like that. Okay, so now if you select this, you can be able to right click on it and add. The first thing we want to add is want to add a static body. We actually want, whenever it touches the player, it should just destroy the player immediately. So, but before we do that, let's go ahead to do something here. I'm going to right click on this particular player. Don't use this one. This is going to be the holder itself. So I'm going to just right click on this and go ahead to save this. Let's first do it this way. Right click here and add an area 3D. Okay, this area 3D will enable you to be able to be touched by a particular body. So when a body touches it, so when it touches the body, it can be able to affect it. So when you right click, you have this here, and I can be able to get a collision shape. So right now, if you look at the area 3D that we'll have, let's see where it is. It's actually down here. So this is one of the problems that we usually have here. So I would like to bring it up to this place. So we have this big trap here. So I'm going to right click and add an area 3D on it. And that area 3D, I'm going to just make this one a child of it, and I'm going to save this as a branch. So I'm going to call it my big trap. So right now I have this one down here. So don't worry about that, just open it in the area. So it comes in with this one. So let's see where it is. Okay, so we'll have both of them here. This is how it's rotated. So let's just leave that and come in here. Don't want to work. Let me do it again. So now we have saved it as a separate file now. So we'll have this. We're going to come to that. So first, let's arrange this properly so that it's going to look good. So I'm going to bring this up here. somewhere here. Let me select this and see where it is. So I have this here. So you can always save that and see what it's going to do to this one. So it has brought it down to this place. So the next thing you want to do, this trap here, that's the, can even call it big trap here, call it big trap. Okay, so I'm going to have to bring this one up now to somewhere here. So we'll have something like this. So, but to be sure of what you're doing, you will need to do something here. Just go ahead to right click here and add a collision shape. This collision shape will enable you to detect whenever it hits the player. So when it hits the player, it will be game over. So we'll have here box shape. So we'll have the box shape here, and we're going to make this thing to cover the entire box shape. Okay, save your work and go back to here, and you see you have your thing here, so you can always move them around however you like. Don't worry about this. This will be the central control. So we have to move this to come and join this one where it is. Let's drop it in the center there. So it's more like this. So, but this will be the central control. But when we're animating, we're going to be animating this particular one here. So right now we'll have the big trap, and everything that will be happening here. So I'm going to right click on it and create animation. So this animation doesn't really have to be with this, but I want it to be easily controlled by this trap holder. So I'm going to just go ahead to put the animation player. So animation player enables me to be able to animate this however I want. So right now it's this way, so I'm going to just click on that and push it back a bit to somewhere here. It doesn't matter how it is, just the only thing is that you have to have a different one for this side if you want to animate the traps coming from this side. That will be better if you have two different ones. So I have this here. So I'm going to put this here, and let's see what is going to happen there. So it's here. So select this and click on animation, new animation. Let's call this spike attack underscore attack. So I'm going to go for 2 seconds. So we want this to attack in 2 seconds. Select this and go ahead to start animation. Select the big trap here. When you select the big trap, you just go down to your transform, and we're going to start with the position. And when you click on that and use Bezier, create it. So it's remembering that it's here at this moment. So we want it at frame 0.5. Let's do it this way. Let's do it 1. As frame 1 is going to come up to full attack like that. So it's getting almost every part of this thing here. And then we'll just go ahead to keyframe that, so we'll have something like this. like this attack. So I want to be able to maintain that. So for about 2 seconds, we can be able to manipulate this later. So once at the 3rd second, I've increased the seconds. I want it to go back. So you can just simply select this, right click on it, and just duplicate and drag and copy, and right click here and paste keys. Yep, that should work. So if you play this, it should come up and it should go back. That's good. So you need to turn on this loop so that it will be able to loop on its own. So this is the trap that we have created right now. So we're going to try to replicate this trap. Let's try out something here. We'll have the big trap. So even if you want this trap to go to another location, let's say for example, we can drag this down and still play it, and we should be able to play there. Oh, it's going back to that location. So let's do this here. So yeah, it's going to go back to that location. So what we're going to do right now is that we'll use this big trap to change its location. So we can say, I want it to be here. And if you play, it will still be there. That's the whole idea of using the parent node that doesn't have any animation on it. So I'm just going to leave that there and see if this will work. So I'm going to go into this place, and on this I'm going to make this to be, this is already 90 degrees, so let's change this to -90 and let's push it back this way, and let's see if it's going to work the same way. So let's play. So but now we don't need this yet, so we're going to just delete this. We just want to test if we need to do it again. So the next thing we want to do is that we want to be able to write a code that can be able to detect when this guy actually touches the player. So I'm just going to push him back a bit like this. So just push him back a bit like that. Okay, so we'll have this here. Let's also do the same thing for this one here. So before, so that we can just focus on the code later. This one will be going in and out. That's how we're going to be designing this particular one. So like this way we did this one, we're going to also have, this one is a mesh. So we're going to have another, just create it. The one that it's already, that already has its own scene. That's this particular scene here. So we're just going to animate that. So right click and add animation layer, then create this and call this a floor spike attack. So when you get that, just go ahead to animate. So the first thing, select this and go to it. Go to the transform, click on that and use the Bezier and make this to be about 3 seconds. When it's 1 second, you want it to, okay, let's do that again. You go back, it has to start from when it's invisible. Let's click that again, click here, then go to where it's 1, you bring it out this way. And then click on that. So make sure it's on this floor trap, not the parent. And then put this one here. Click there again to hold it, this to toggle hold it. And then the last one, just copy this, we can drag over it, right click over it and copy, and right click here and just paste. So you have something like this. So let's see how this works. So we can select this one. Let's call this our floor trap holder. Okay, so we'll have this and let's play. Always remember to put this on the loop so that it's going to be looping. It's going to be coming. So we can select this and move it to wherever we want it, and it will keep on doing that for us. So the next thing I want to do is to be able to put up the whole control for the animation. So we're going to add two more things here. So I'm just going to, I have, let me snap some of this so that I can be able to see everything I'm doing. This is my floor here. Let's look for the other floor and start with it. There's a big trap. So the big trap already has an animation on it. So this animation is the spike attack. So if you look at here, you have the spike attack there. So also remember to bring it closer. And if you play it, you should be able to come in. That's it. So go ahead to add one more thing here on this one, on this small one here. Right click, animation tree node. So this animation tree node enables you to be able to control this in the code. You can select this and just click here and just say animation blend tree and assign it to this big trap animation. So if you actually look at here, when you go over here, you can click on the animation and collect this and spike attack and put it there. So it's going to just continuously play until you actually make it to stop. So we can either trigger this or we can make all of them to be playing all at once. So first, let's go ahead to turn it off. We're going to make it to start when we are playing our game. So first, go down to this one here too and do the same thing. Animation. Animation tree, and just put this here and put animation tree here. Assign it to the floor trap holder. That's the animation under it. So if you go into that, just click out and click back again, and you see that where do we have it? Okay, add your animation here, and then you have your floor spike attack. You can just drop it in here, and you see it just keeps on coming out. So if you select this one and turn it on, you actually see it coming up, and the other one also coming up. This one is coming up, that one is coming up. So you have all those things happening. So let's go ahead to do one more thing here. The last one I want to do is to be able to make this traps to be able to be very responsive so that when it touches the player, it's going to put up the game over screen for us. So first, we're going to go ahead to this big trap and let's turn this off a bit for a while. And push this in. We want it to come up more. So right now we want to be able to create a script. The script that will be interacting with this particular, whenever anything happens, if it touches the player, it's going to show us the game over screen. So I'm going to click here and create a very simple screen, and I'm going to call this, I'm going to put a rect, a color rect, and this enables me to just put up any sort of color on a screen. So I'm going to make this a red color. I'm going to put a label. And this label is going to be game over. So select that and just click here, new label setting, click on it, go down to fonts and you can increase that. Just drop it in the center here. Go ahead, actually save this. Inside the scenes, I'm going to call this my game over. So when I put that, let me make the red to be a bit thick. So right now, we're going to create a new code. So this particular code is going to be the main code that will be controlling the level 2 here that I have here. This is actually meant to be level 1, so but I'm just going to call it my main code, my main script, main underscore scripts underscore 1. And make sure you save it in a right directory. And then make sure that everything is orchestrator, and then you create. So once you create this, the next thing you want to do is just go ahead to start connecting your traps. So first, I want to be able to, whenever I touch this, I want you to do something for me. So right now in this particular script, the main script I've created here, I'm just going to go ahead to create, select this big trap, which is actually an area 3D. And I'm going to go into the node and go to area body entered, okay? So when you click on the body entered, you can be able to connect this to the temple code. So on big trap body entered, yes, what should you do? It's going to create something there. Click here to be able to see it. You're going to see there. I'm going to snap this part first. So one of the things you need to do is that we need to use what we call is in group. So once, even if you collide with another, we're going to check whether it's in group. Right click and get that in group player. You can just drag this in here. So for you to be able to do that, you go down to the player inside here. The player should be somewhere there. That's a player there. and make sure it's actually in a group called player. So you can put a description if you like, and I'm just going to click OK. So that's my player there. So if I go back to my code, I have my player here. So if you're confused and you're not sure you actually got it, you can just go in there and rename. Just go and copy that and go into your code and just paste it inside there. So we're going to now put branch. When this is going to check whether it's actually player, then it's going to do something. So whenever it touches it, it's going to put up the game over screen. So we're going to do that now. We're going to start with change scene. So but before we can get a change scene, we have to get a scene first. So we're going to go to scene and go to get scene tree. Drag it out from here and call change scene. So I'm going to use change scene to file, add it. We're going to connect this to this and this one to that. And you're going to use, you can drag in the game over scene here. Let's drag it in here. And we're going to use the get path and just drop it in there. So when you play your game, let's test this and be sure it's working. The other one, the big trap is not on. So let's go and check why the big trap is not on. Select the big trap and go into the inspector and make sure it's actually turned on. Okay, so play it. So that's exactly what we want to do. So we want to do the same thing to this one here. You can do the same thing to this one by creating, selecting this trap, which is actually an area 3D, and going ahead to get the node, go into your node, go into your signals, and then go into body entered, and just connect to the temple on floor trap body entered, connect it, and do the same thing you have done before. So go back to your orchestrator, you should be able to see the code there. So if you like, you can be able to duplicate this. Let's just duplicate this so you don't have to redo everything. Control D and just plug this and plug that there. So both of them. So let's see if we can be able to pass this level. It's playable. So we'll have this. And then we can be able to just go over here. So we're going to add, in the next video, I will be, outside this game, I'm going to be duplicating this thing. Okay, let's just go ahead and duplicate it so that you see how to duplicate properly. So when you're duplicating, you don't want to, let me just show you here, you have a trap and this is your trap. This is the one you should be controlling. Don't control this one. There's the one, the holder that doesn't have any animation on it. I'm going to drop this here and in fact I'm going to snap it and duplicate it. So I have this. So make sure this one here, make sure that all of them are turned on. Okay, they all should be turned on. Okay, so they're all working. So just go ahead to duplicate more. So don't duplicate the other thing, just duplicate this one, and just you can have multiple traps everywhere. Just make sure you have something there. Okay, it's back here. Let's just go ahead to duplicate them first. So I'm going to duplicate this and move this so you see that it's actually moving there. Duplicate again and just move. Duplicate and just move. Duplicate and just move. So if you want the one that will be working on the other side, so you can just duplicate, and with this one here you can rotate it. So I'm going to do minus 90. So it's now the other way around. So I can just push it back a bit and see what it looks like. So push it in and a bit more. That's more like it. Okay, so I have this. So I can push this back a bit. So you can place this up later to however you want it to be. So you can duplicate this and just push it in here. So if you look at your game now, your game is very rowdy. So but right now, let's play this game and see what it looks like right now. It's going to be looking very rowdy right now. And then you run. And then you go over there. You go. You have to patiently wait for it. And then you run. And you stop. And then, oh, that's game over there. So you have to do that until you're able to get it. So the last thing I want to do is we can also do the same thing for this particular floor and make it to also have the game over scene, so that when you actually fall and touch here, you can be able to also do sort of game over too. So I'll allow you to do that. So that's actually how you can be able to set the traps and make the game much more interesting and more difficult. Please do like the video and subscribe to my channel, and share with people who want to learn how to make video games. All right, I'll see you in the next video.